as well, in as much as because there's a lot of unwanted
kids.
Puppies and
Yes.
there's litters
I mean,
born.
There are litters born, and part of what Blue Paw Trust is doing, they run a vaccination programme, they run a neutering programme, and the dogs who are most likely to have the puppies are the ones which have slightly better nutrition, you know, so they're in a state where they can have puppies in the first place, but then people don't know what to do with them, and more puppies and more inbreeding, and often the puppies get dumped at temples and things like that because they think, oh, the temple will know what to do with them, you know, they'll have a chance there. So there is a good intention without there being the time and the resources.
And this is something that can help people as well, because some people may feel, well, you know, why should I help a charity that's helping dogs in Sri Lanka? But actually, there's a follow-on effect to this, because obviously, you know, many of the dogs carry rabies. That they're obviously people don't necessarily know how to treat dogs out there. So it's a twofold thing, isn't it?
That's right, and the education starts with the kids. It's teaching the kids how to behave with specifically dogs. You know, don't approach a dog if it's like this. What do you do if a dog does run at you? How would you recognise a dog which is in trouble? All that kind of thing. And so ultimately, you're caring for the welfare of the dogs, but once you treat the dogs, you're also caring for the welfare of the community and their safety. Safety is of prime importance, you know. So I do think it's a brilliant scheme, and there are 2 mobile clinics that go around all the local communities, and they announce their presence with loud hailers, or they do street theatre. Bring your animals, and we'll look after them. And people do, you know. Most of these dogs have never been on a lead in their life, so there's, you know, a bit of string or something, and they bring their dog and say, please really look at my dog, or I don't want my dog to have more puppies, or whatever it is, you know. And they do all this there and then. They're brilliant, dedicated people, the vets there. And it's really working. It's fantastic cause.
Well, Miranda, I'm afraid we've run out of time. There's so many other things that we'd love to ask you about. You have a song? Is it a Christmas song? Because yes. But for now, Miranda Richardson, everyone. Okay, time for a break now. But when we return, what qualities does Carol look for in a best friend?
Must like a drink.
Back soon. Welcome back to your lunchtime laughter file that is Loose Women. Still to come, we'll be catching up with Mr. Lee Ryan as he performs his new single, Here, live. Now, our Christmas competition, Loose Grottos, to find the most done-up dwelling in Britain, is now closed. Thanks to those who sent in their pictures, but sadly there can only be one winner. So, without further ado, let's reveal our top 3 favourites. Over to you, Jane McDonald.
Oh, it's my time to shine. Thank you, Andrea. Well, in a very credible 3rd place, it's Ross Clark from Boston.
Wow, look at that!
Not quite making the top of our tree, it's this entry from Carl Bennett in Manchester. But our favourite and the Loose Grotto winner for 2007, it's the wonderful Illuminations that belong to Gordon and Anne from Milton Keynes. Congratulations, Gordon and Anne, and those £150 worth of department store vouchers are on their way to you. So happy shopping, and it's back to you, Andrea.
Thank you very much, Jane McDonald. Our Christmas correspondent.
OK, carrying on with competitions, here's another chance to enter our competition to win £3,000 worth of Marks & Spencer's vouchers to spend on anything you like in the store. Just have a go at answering this question. What nut is traditionally roasted on an open fire at Christmas? Is it A, peanut, B, cashew nut, or C, chestnut? Call 09012 931 941. Calls cost £1 from BT landlines. Calls from mobiles and other networks may be higher. Text WIN plus your answer A, B, or C to 63337. Text cost £1 plus 1 standard network rate reply message. Digital satellite viewers can enter by pressing their red button now. You can also enter for free at itv.com/Loose Women. Entrance must be 18 or over. All lines close at 1:20. Get dialling or texting and we'll put the answer and the winner's name on our website next week. Now, Desperate Housewives star Eva Longoria has revealed that she has an unlikely new best friend. Yes, Mrs. Victoria Beckham. She says they have a lot in common as both their partners are sports stars, and what she admires in the Spice Girl is that she's a good wife and mother. So when it comes to forging friendships, are those the sort of qualities that you look for? You know, partner's a superstar, sports star, and good wife and
yeah,
mother?
a lot in common.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot in common. I'd look for someone like that. How the heck? No. You see, I've got two best friends who I've had for 25 years now. One's Sue Ravey, who's my backing singer in my show, and Steve Holbrook, who's just been my best friend forever. And those are the two people that I really depend on if I need anything, and they're always there, but we're not in each other's pockets. We can go for months and not speak to each other, but we're still really good mates. But I can understand her having a new best friend, because since Linda Bellingham's joined here, I've become a really good friend with Linda Bellingham. And it's just because we've got a lot in
about
common.
me?
Oh, you don't do friends. You've said
Hang on.
yourself.
We've been here for... How long have we been here? Years.
Yeah, I know.
And what are you saying?
It's just
Honestly,
we've never been
it's
out.
really, really nice,
We've
isn't
never
it?
been
All
out.
this time I've been here and Linda Bellingham walks in here. Jane McDonald.
But you just don't buy me presents, love, that's why. That's
You don't buy me, you haven't bought me a present either. Don't Oh, you haven't? Oh, not another one. Oh, stop it. No, maybe that's why. Oh, because I don't buy people presents, I haven't got any friends. Actually, that's not true. I've got loads of friends. I've got a load of acquaintances and I've got loads of friends. And I have a best friend and I have two really, really, really good friends who I would say are on the way to becoming best friends too.
It sounds like at school, you know.
Yes, I know. There is a hierarchy.
You're my best
though.
friend, but if something like that, you can then be my best. What's the
there is-
criteria involved?
Well, I do think longevity. I think that's the main thing.
Does it have to be
whoever's
old?
been your friend for the longest has really got to be your best friend. You know, they don't necessarily have to be old. My best friend is much younger than me. You know, she's only 30. I don't know. She's actually such a good friend. I don't know how old she is. 35, 36. So you know, it isn't about that, but it's just about. It's who you speak to the most, I think, who you tell all your secrets to, and people who are reciprocal in things like that. You know, they will deal with you in the same way that you'll deal with them, and it has to be totally equal. And when it isn't, you sometimes have to edit your friends. You have to sometimes let go, because if someone is my friend always says if she's or he is a drain rather than a radiator, then you should get rid of them. Because someone is draining you and you feel like you're always giving, and they're not giving you anything back, then really it's time to say, we're not friends anymore. And I've done that quite a few times in my life.
You have dumped friends then? Yeah.
I have dumped friends, yeah. But
Have you ever been dumped as a friend?
Oh, probably.
Have you not noticed?
No. I don't think so. No, I don't know, probably, yeah. I think I've fallen out with, quite a few people. I used to have a really, really good friend who I fell out with all the time for years. And then, a couple of years later, we'd just phone each other up and go, all right, and that would be that. And that actually is a sign of a good friend. Because I also have friends who I don't see, like you say, for months on end. And then when we meet up, it's just like we met up yesterday. So,
What about you, Jennifer?
I'm really lucky, well, not lucky in a sense, but recently I've kind of had quite a difficult time, and I really found out who my true friends were, and it was so funny because the morning that everything was in the papers, I kind of dialed 999 to the friend line, and literally within half an hour they were all there. And I've been through some difficult times, and some people have said, oh, she's having a breakdown, and oh, this and oh, that, and oh, she's turning into a... Because I was just literally bursting into tears at the slightest memory of things or the slightest smell of things, and I was literally inconsolable, and I was like, no one could do anything, and, people really like to kick you when you're down sometimes, and I've really found out who my true friends are. And
how did they deal with it, though? I mean...
My true friends were great. Leigh, who's my best friend, he's been my best friend since I was little. He's just been there, and they listen.
Yeah.
They don't, like, my
don't
mum
judge
was
you.
totally... and wanted to kill everyone, and anyone who's
actually
hurt
can
a
make
daughter.
it worse, can't
But,
it?
Yeah, and you automatically become on the defensive. You automatically know he wasn't like that. And whereas a friend just kind of goes, do you know what, Jem, you've just got to get through it, and you just got to deal with it. And I was just so lucky, and one of my best friends, Bonnie, she flew out to Virginia to be with me when I was filming Dirty Dancing, and I am so lucky to have, obviously my mum, who's like my best friend in a sense. I'm just so lucky to have
I think
them
really
all
that,
around.
we're talking about various qualities that you ask for in a friend, and it's to be able to listen, isn't it,
Yeah.
really? And a lot of the time you don't want someone to go, yeah, you're right, oh, you just want them to just be there, and it's quite a gentle thing, I think, being a best friend.